Hello, Skull brothers and sisters. Let's talk about a position group that has some question marks, and not for the reasons you think. Next. Hello, Viking fans. I'm going to do a giveaway. I want to describe it to you. I'm going to give away $100 worth of merchandise of your choosing. If I get to 1,000 subscribers, 75 if I get to 750, 50 if I get to 500, 25 if I get to 250. I'm going to choose one person from an episode. So I'm going to choose an episode, and I'm going to choose one person as long as they're liked, subscribed, and commented. And you can do multiple comments, multiple entries. You can actually go back to my old videos and do that too. Those will be eligible. Now, I'm going to choose that on game day against the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to choose one. Hopefully, it's $100, and I have 1,000 subscribers. Skull Vikes. Hello, this is Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter at SkullWorld and at MN Sports Podcast. Also on Facebook, SkullWorld. And you can click subscribe below, click like, and leave a comment. And that way you can enter my contest. Now, let's talk about the linebacker group on the Minnesota Vikings. Let's get started. In my opening, I talked about question marks, and yes, at the linebacker position, not for the reasons you think. We usually had not a problem at a linebacker, maybe sometimes depth, but there are question marks, and like I said, not for the reasons you think. Now, let's talk about who starts. We got inside left and right linebacker position, Eric Kendricks and Jordan Hicks. Jordan Hicks was brought on because that boy can tackle. He's been known to tackle. He stays in his lane, stays within the defense, and he's a big time tackler. He did gradually decline on the amount of tackles he got, but again, we got a good linebacker mate with him, with Eric Kendricks, so I'm not too worried about that. Now the other linebacker positions is Darius Smith. Now, he is coming out of, he's going to be a strong side linebacker. Now, the reason why there's why I talk about question marks is because Darius Smith is a year removed. Well, he played in the playoff game, but he's really a year removed from playing regularly, although at a high level. But it's it's not a spinal injury, but a back injury where it's been repaired, and he came back. He made the playoff game. Now, Darius Smith can play at a high level, and he's been an outstanding leader so far, and an outspoken guy in the locker room. Everybody loves him. The media loves him. The Vikings are starting to love him, and he hasn't even seen the field yet and worn purple on game day. So that's a lot to be said about a guy who used to be a Packer. Zadarius Smith coined the phrase, an old Viking phrase, meet at the quarterback. We love the guy coming in. He's going to be a great fit. I hope he stays healthy. That'll be a big deal for us. Now, weak side linebacker, and it can vary strong weak side with these two, is Daniellehunter. He hadn't played linebacker. He's a defensive end. He was a damn good, 4-3 defensive end. Now he's a 3-4 outside linebacker. However, they're going to work magic with them. There's talk about him and Zadarius Smith moving to the inside even to rush up the middle. I can see Daniellehunter getting down on third down and playing defensive end. He can be moved all over that front seven. I have total confidence in that. Another question mark, even though it was a different injury, he overcame his neck injury, and he ended up getting a torn pectoral, which is not a career-threatening injury. He's hopefully completely recovered from that. It seems to be the case. It's just, let's have these two guys stay healthy, and then I'm not too worried. And a lot of question marks are answered. And outside of that is, what about the depth? Now, we recently signed Mintz, who was a pretty good outside linebacker prospect when he's come into the league, and I have a lot of high hopes for him. Now, one of the big guys I like coming in is Brian Asamoah. He's undersized, but he's like just all over the field, sideline to sideline, plays with reckless abandon. He's he's quick. His biggest is his play recognition, where in at Oklahoma he sees the fake and his teammates are going one direction, he's going the right direction, and they're going the wrong direction. You could see in slow motion him read and react plays before any of his teammates. Brian Asamoah is going to be a good ball player, a little undersized, but that's where we Jordan Hicks came in, and he's played middle linebacker on running downs. Asamoah can come in on passing downs. Spell Hicks at times. There's a lot of good things Brian Asamoah is going to do. I just feel real good about this player. Now Troy Dye, I was really high on. He hasn't showed much. Hopefully, he shows what I thought he was going to be like coming into the league. Let's hope so. Again, Andre Mintz I talked about. I think he's going to be, a pretty good player. Pretty good backup for us, special teamer coming in on third down. Being able to rush the quarterback. I really like him. Now, Chaz Surratt, again, another player. Think the Vikings might have reached on him. Switched positions in college. I do hope he has the athletic ability. Whether or not he can play defense yet, play against the run. There's a lot of things, a lot of questions marks about Chaz Surratt. Hopefully he comes out. Now we got Luigi Villian, Zach McLeod, Ryan Connolly, William Quendu. Guys, I don't know much about, and we just got to see. But there is room to put more players on this team. This is a spot that they might add some depth to. They already did with Mintz. I like that signing. So let's see what they do next. But the obvious starters are Eric Kendricks, Jordan Hicks, Darius Smith, and Daniellehunter. And I'm going to throw in Asamoah and Mintz as primary line backups. Blake Lynch is in there. djwonnum. I skipped him. djwonnum. I expect big things. I think he can move in defensive end and outside linebacker. He was very flexible when he played in college, and I did a video on him. And I go look back at that. I did a single video on him. I do expect him to continue on showing his progression. I think this defense fits him better than the 4-3. You'll see a lot of flexibility with all these players. You don't often see a team successfully change from a 4-3 to a 3-4 in 1 year. I think the Vikings are as close as any team who has ever done it with this personnel. I just have question marks about some of the guys are backing up our starters, and I have questions on whether or not our two outside linebackers, Daniellehunter and Zadarius Smith, can stay healthy for a whole season. If these questions get answered, this will be a strong linebacker crew. That's it for linebackers. This is Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter at SkullWorld, at MN Sports Podcast. Also on Facebook, SkullWorld. Click like, click subscribe, leave a comment to enter my contest. Skull Vike. See you next time.